Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec, and I'm back with another video for you guys. We are going to continue on with the introduction to cybersecurity learning path inside of TryHackMe. We are on the introduction to defensive security in the security operations room. Learn about Security Operations Center, SOC, its responsibilities, services, and data sources. Now, let's go ahead and dive into it. Task 1, Introduction to Security Operations. A Security Operations Center, SOC, is a team of IT professionals tasked with monitoring a company's network and systems 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their purpose of monitoring is to find vulnerabilities on the network. A vulnerability is a weakness that an attacker can exploit to carry out things beyond their permission level. A vulnerability might be discovered in any device's software, operating system, and programs on the network, such as a server or a computer. For instance, the SOC might discover a set of Microsoft Windows computers that must be patched against a specific published vulnerability. Strictly speaking, vulnerabilities are not necessarily the SOC's responsibility. However, unfixed vulnerabilities affect the security level of the entire company. Detect unauthorized activity. Consider the case where an attacker discovered the username and password of one of the employees and used it to log into the company system. It is crucial to detect this kind of unauthorized activity quickly before it causes any damage. Many clues can help us detect this, such as geographic location. Discover policy violations. A security policy is a set of rules and procedures created to help protect a company against security threats and ensure compliance. What is considered a violation and would vary from one company to another. Examples include downloading pirated media files and sending confidential company files insecurely. Detect intrusions. Intrusions refer to systems and network intrusions. One example scenario would be an attacker successfully exploiting our web application. Another example scenario would be a user visiting a malicious website and getting their computer infected. And the last one is support with the incident response. An incident can be an observation, a policy violation, an intrusion attempt, or something more damaging, such as a major breach. Responding correctly to a severe incident is not an easy task. The SOC can support the incident response team handle the situation. This room focuses on the SOC services everyday work. We recommend that you finish the introduction to defensive security room before going through this one. And SOC stands for Security Operations Center. So we can just go and type that in here. Security. All right. How many hours a day does the SOC monitor network? It said 24/7, right? So there you go. And let's continue on here. Hey everybody, just a quick little blurb here. As you can see here, most people that view my channel are not subscribers. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're enjoying the video, please consider hitting the like button. It helps get me in the algorithm, helps spread the good word out there, helps bring more people and increase our glorious community here. All right, I'm all about helping out others. I know what it's like to come up in cybersecurity or even try to get into cybersecurity and not knowing where to look. I'm just having this channel up so I can help out other people. All right, that's all I got. Task 2, Elements of Security Operations. In this task, we will talk about example data sources that the SOC relies on, the services that the SOC provides, and example scenario. Data sources. A SOC uses many data sources to monitor the network for signs of intrusions and detect any malicious behavior. Some of these sources are server logs. There are many types of servers on a network, such as a mail server, web server, and domain controller on Microsoft Windows networks. Logs contain information about various activities, such as successful and failed login attempts, among others. There's a trove of information that can be found in the server logs. DNS activity. DNS stands for Domain Name System, and it is the protocol responsible for converting a domain name, such as TryHackMe.com, to an IP address, such as 10.3.13.37, among other domain name related queries. One analogy of the DNS query is asking, how can I reach TryHackMe? And someone replying with the postal address. In practice, if someone tries to browse tryhackme.com, the DNS server has to resolve it and can log the DNS query to monitoring. The SOC can gather information about domain names that internal systems are trying to communicate with by merely inspecting DNS queries. Firewall logs. A firewall is a device that controls network packets entering and leaving the network, mainly by letting them through or blocking them. Consequently, firewall logs can reveal much information about what packets passed or tried to pass through the firewall. DHCP logs. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol and is responsible for assigning IP addresses to the systems that try to connect to a network. One analogy of the DHCP request would be when you enter a fancy restaurant and the waiter welcomes you and guides you to an empty table. Know that DHCP has automatically provided your device with the network settings whenever you can join a network without manual configuration. By inspecting DHCP transactions, we can learn about the devices that join the network. These attacks these are some of the most common data sources. However, many other sources can be used to aid in the network security monitoring and the other task of the SOC. A SOC might use a security information event management SIM system. The SIM aggregates the data from the different data sources so that the SOC can effectively correlate the data and respond to attacks. And here's an example of what it looks like. He has got all these logs going into the SIM. All right, SOC services. SOC services include reactive and proactive services in addition to other services. Reactive services reverts to the task initiated after detecting an intrusion or a malicious event. Example, reactive services include monitor security posture. This is the primary role of the SOC, and it includes monitoring the network and computers for security alerts and notifications and responding to them as the need dictates. Vulnerability management. All right, I'm just going to read the category here. Be sure to pause the video and then read the rest of it yourself here, or go and check out the room. Vulnerability management, malware analysis, intrusion detection, reporting. Proactive services refer to the task handled by the SOC without any indicator of intrusion. Example proactive services carried out by the SOC include network security monitoring, NSM, threat hunting, threat intelligence. Other services by the SOC include cyber security training. Many data breaches and intrusions can be avoided by raising users' security awareness and arming them with the solid security training. Example scenario. One role in a SOC is the SOC analyst. A SOC analyst is responsible for network security monitoring and log management. Let's consider the following scenario. While monitoring the network traffic, a SOC analyst notices a particular DNS query repeating every minute. This behavior is not that of a user browsing the internet, and every precisely 1 minute they are making a new DNS query. The SOC analyst checks the source of the DNS query and identifies the causes as one laptop on the network. They isolate it and inspect it for signs of infection. They discover a process program using DNS to communicate with a malicious server. Soon they find out that the computer was infected after visiting a malicious website by reviewing the computer logs. As a result, the laptop began communicating with a malicious server by hiding the messages and DNS queries. The laptop is clean, and threat hunting starts to ensure that no other computers are infected. What does NSM stand for? Well, we can see up here it stands for Network Security Monitoring. So let's go ahead and copy, paste this, and let's continue on to the last task here. Task number 3, practical example of SOC. All right. And let's just go ahead and open this view site up here. Let's see what they got for us. We use the firewall to stop an ongoing attack. In this task, a firewall is a device that inspects network traffic or network packets, ensuring or entering and leaving a network or system. The most basic types of firewalls inspect source and destination IP address, source and destination port numbers. A firewall rule might be similar to the following. This is what it looks like here. You got source, destination, source, yada yada yada. And the above two rules dictate the following: and IP packets, or sorry, all IP packets from the source 172 dot yada yada to the destination IP address of 10.10 dot yada yada to the destination port of 80 will be allowed, hence pass. And then the same thing here, source IP destination, and then port 23 will be blocked or dropped. All right, so view site, already have it open. We're going to be a SOC team member here, and we need to put in some firewall rules to prevent the system from being overloaded. All right, website at 203 dot yada yada is under attack. Quickly add some firewall rules to stop the server from crashing. The packets in red are from the attacker's machine. So let's go ahead and get this done. All right, so stop or start simulation here. Immediately, we're going to change this to this 192, right? And destination is going to be this 203.1. All right. And let's see here. Let's add that in there. There we go. And we're done. Now that wraps up this video, folks. Be sure to check out the room here. If you're new here and you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button with the notification bell. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. Comment below on your thoughts and opinions as discussed in the video. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.